Okay, hello everyone. So first things first, first I want to thank Hannah for letting me use her camera to record my video. I've been recording a lot of my videos, my past videos on my laptop, and even though the quality is okay, it's not like the best quality, of course. So Hannah let me use her camera to record my YouTube videos now. So for the past couple of videos that I've actually posted, a lot of them I think were like, some of them were ukulele videos, and I had my intro video and I did a ukulele tutorial, and I had another ukulele tutorial on a song that I had actually written, and then I think that's all that I posted. So I just wanted to kind of make this video to tell you guys about what exactly has been going on for the past 2 months or so you guys can understand, because I know that like only 2 of the videos were in like one location, and then like my third video was in somewhere completely different, and now it's in this room that you guys have no idea, I'm sure, have seen. I know that you guys haven't seen. So right now I am in my new room in my new apartment with all of my friends that I love, and it was actually a very long process that we had to take actually for me to get into this room, and so that's why I'm here telling you guys about exactly what happened and the whole story, because it is definitely like a TV show. So probably at the end of the video I will do a little tour of everything in the apartment and my room, probably either in the end of this video or in the next video. But so I guess I should start off first. When my very first video that I ever made, I was in my dorm in a place that was called Centerpoint Suites, and I had a roommate. Her name was T, or Tessania. She was a pretty good roommate at first. We had a lot of things in common. I thought she was going to be like my best friends. We just clicked so well. We had so many things that we both liked. And everything was going great. Like everything was perfect. I had a really good time with her. And then I guess as school started, she just kind of became this very, I don't want to bash her or anything, but she was just very unwelcoming, and she would do a lot of things that I wasn't really comfortable with her doing whenever I was gone. And it got to the point where I just didn't feel welcomed in my own room and like in my own home. And like if you guys are in college, you know that like, you know, your room is like a place that you go to study, and you know, you sleep in it and everything, and it's like your place that you go to. And I did not feel like I was like comfortable or even welcomed or even happy. So as kind of time went on, I became closer with my guard friends, and they have an apartment here at Arborview. And it at first didn't really start as like me living there. It was kind of just me like spending the night, and we would always hang out, and it just was easier if I just spent the night, because then I wouldn't have to you know like walk late at night on campus. So as kind of like time went on, I was starting to basically live there and not really ever go back to my apartment unless I needed clothes. I mean, I had everything here. And it became to a point where I literally moved my stuff out, some of my stuff out of my actual apartment. Like, I mean, not out, okay, pause. It got to the point where I actually moved some of my stuff out of my dorm and into their apartment, because they were like perfectly fine and they were welcoming for me to stay here, and they understood. So pause. Okay. So after we had moved all of our stuff, goodness. After moving all of my stuff into their apartment, it just for about a month then on, I was just pretty much living here. It became like just a kind of routine about me staying there, and I would make dinner and I'd even clean, and it just was like no big deal. So you know, you would think that all the other, like, some of the roommates who weren't, like, my friends wouldn't be okay with it, but they were actually perfectly fine with it. They enjoyed me being there. We all kind of became friends. But during this, like, time period, we had a roommate who actually was living in this room that I'm in now. And I won't, like, say any names, but some situations, like, happened where my roommate Hannah and that roommate weren't getting along very well, and it got to the point where the person wanted to actually move out because she would blame everything on Hannah for her being, like, dirty or anything that she wasn't accepting. It got to a point where she decided that she wanted to move and she wanted to leave, and she was sending very rude text messages and, like, in the group chat with their roommate group chat, and was just blaming everything on Hannah, which in fact it wasn't Hannah's fault. She just was never really home. She's a very busy person like myself. When it came to the actual moving day, Bree was she kind of stayed to herself. She was very nice to me, but she was very, like, she ignored all the other roommates, and in fact she, like, didn't even speak to Hannah, which wasn't surprising since she didn't like her. But as, like, she was, like, moving and everything, we were kind of hoping that it would be, like, a very it would be a very civil thing and she wouldn't cause any issues, and she seemed to actually be very nice to us, and so we were hoping that this whole entire situation would just kind of blown out of proportion, but best that she moved out and we could possibly become friends afterwards. Well, that night, us, the guard girls, we had an exhibition that we had to go to, and so when we were gone and at the exhibition and doing our little thing, we had came home. Well, when Hannah had came home, she went to go into her room, and her room was destroyed. Things were knocked down. Nothing was really broken, but her whole entire room in general was destroyed. And she had medicine for, like, things that she needs to take were actually stolen as well. And I think some of the other roommates had a couple of things that were taken. And so when that happened, it was just completely unacceptable. It was very immature and rude, and it wasn't very much like the roommate. I was surprised that the whole situation had even happened. And because Hannah was going through, like, a lot, even in that week herself, she had a full-blown panic attack, and she just was freaking out, and it got to a point where we actually had to call 911. And when that whole situation happened, it was very scary. I myself have gone through, like, a lot of panic attacks where I would pass out and black out, and because I stress out and I worry all the time. And so I'm helping Hannah throughout this whole entire situation, and the RA director is there, the police are there, the ambulance is there, the fire department is there, like, everybody's in our little, like, apartment. And we're trying to explain the situation, and they understand, and they contacted the roommate that we had, and they were, like, very understanding for the whole situation. So when that whole thing happened, Hannah actually ended up having to go to the hospital, which was a very scary and surreal thing. It's actually really hard to talk about because, you know, when it's a friend that it's happening to, you get really angry because you don't understand why. Because if you ever meet Hannah, she's a super wonderful, nice person. So Hannah ended up okay, and she ended up coming home that night, so we were really happy about that. But the point being of this whole story, they ended up not having a roommate, so my chance was kind of up there for me to move into here, since I was having roommate issues and then they were having roommate issues. So I decided, like, a couple days later, I asked them if they were okay with me living there, and they were like, absolutely, practically live here as it is. And so I decided to send an email. Sorry, I had to turn on my light. It was getting really dark outside, and so you couldn't really see me, so I'm sorry about this quality right now, but I have to finish my story. So day or two later, I get an email from the Red Star, the Red Star people or whatever they are. I don't really know the name. And they told me, hey, come in, you can have a meeting with us and we can figure out the whole roommate situation, after I'd sent like a very long email explaining to them how the whole situation that had happened, and how Hannah was only comfortable with me living there since she knew me, and she, you know, she would be worried that there would be another roommate issue. So when I had sent that email, I was kind of on the fence of like how the situation would actually go. I was really expecting them to be like, okay, well, you're having roommate issues, let's see if we can get you into like a freshman living area, because the apartment that I was staying at, freshmen aren't allowed to live here. So when I went to the meeting, I was with my friend Micah, and he and I were both like very weary about what was going to happen. And when I went in there, they basically just gave me the room. They were like, here, you have to sign this, you have to pay like an extra $50, and then you have to pay an extra $50 next semester, but you have to still have a living plan, or you still have to have a meal plan, and that's it, and you get the room. When do you want to move in? And they were like, today? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, because, you know, half my stuff was already practically in there, but they didn't know that. And so they were like, do you want to go see it? I was like, no, my friends actually live there. They're like, perfect. So they were like even more happier about it. So they were even happier about it. And so they gave me the key, and I got to sign, and I came in one morning, or in that morning, and I was like, so I went, and so in the actual like apartment in itself, when you get in, you have to have a key to slide in to let you into the door. So I normally would have to wait outside and wait for somebody to like let me in, because like, you know, the roommates, they don't want to walk down. Nobody really wants to walk all the way down just to let somebody in. So I would wait for somebody to let me in the mornings, and I was with my friend Micah, and Micah was like, oh, well, wouldn't it be funny if the card like is already working for you to like go in, because we have these like student cards that we can use. And so my key card went like straight into it, like I get to go right into Arborview, and it was really exciting. So when I came into the actual room itself, I was like, so I got into the apartment really easily. I was like, you want to know how? And they're like, how? I was like, my key card. And they were like, what? They were all so confused. And I was like, I'm living here now, I'm officially moving in. And they were like, what? Like, they couldn't believe. They're like, no, you're joking. And I was like, no, I'm serious. Like, this is actually happening. Like, I get to live here. And they were like freaking out. And my friend Erica, we always make a joke. She was like, had just woken up. She's like, I just woke up. This is good news. And she's sitting there with like a little bonnet on. And from then we just moved all my stuff in, and I got to live here. And so I've been living here for, I want to say almost a month. But I absolutely love it here. That's the whole story for how I moved into so many different locations. And one of the videos, Hannah actually let me record in her room. And so that was really nice for her to let me do. And then now I'm actually in my room. So from now on, you'll see my videos here, and you see me with my camera and everything in the mirror in the background, which is fine. But yeah, so that's the whole story, and that's what happened. So yeah. So welcome to my new room. I hope you guys like it. I light candles all the time. And yeah. So welcome to Arborview, my apartment now. And I love it here, and I'll show you my entire room so you guys can see it. I'll probably stop the video and then, yeah. Cool. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for listening to my story, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it wasn't too boring, but I just thought that you guys deserved to get an explanation for why exactly I have been switching locations, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Hello! So the camera is out of focus, so I'm sorry that my face is blurry, but I just wanted to show you guys my room so you guys can see where exactly I am recording my videos now. And so I would show you like the whole apartment, but we actually have friends over. But this is my printer in my corner. I have my little side table and some pictures I've drawn. This is my little thing that I have up my bed and my elephant, as you can see. And there's exactly where I'll probably be recording my videos. This is my little desk, and I have all my makeup right there. And there's me. And I have my TV right there. Actually, it's not even plugged in. There's my ukulele and everything. And I have these pictures that I hung up onto my wall. There's duct tape, sadly, because nothing will stay up besides duct tape if I hold it. But yeah, so this is my room. It's really small, but it's really nice at the same time. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed what my room looked like, and I hope to see you guys next time. And as always, make sure you call your mom and tell her that you love her, and I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks, bye!